Okay, so 6th grade year comes around. It's the last year of elementary school. You want to make sure you're going out with a bang. You want to make sure everything finishes up the way you planned it, the way you want to be remembered. So in 5th grade, 4th grade, I was vice president and treasurer of school. So I had a good understanding of what the school needed, everything the school was about, everything they wanted. So I had a good chance, I thought, going into senior year of being president and just finishing up the trifecta, as I called it. Only one person had ever done that before. So like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to finish this out the way I wanted. So I go in, I'm like, okay, I want to apply for this. I want to apply to be president of the school. So they're like, okay, just sign up on the form and just have your speech ready on the speech deck. So I'm like, okay, I've done this before, yada, yada, yada. And then, so I go home, I'm like, okay, parents, I need, yeah. So I go home and parents, I'm like, oh yeah, I need help with my speech. Could you read over it and, go over it like you have before? So like, okay, yeah, we'll help you. So I write my speech, and then they give me critiques. And then I do that, and they're like, okay, I think it's a really good speech. And then, of course, it's never good enough. So I spent night after night after night after night retweaking it, redoing it, making sure everything was as I wanted it to be. So this took days, and it actually ended up taking me nights, just constant paranoia. So I finally got it to where, okay, I think I can't really get it any better. So I got it, and now I'm like, okay, I need something to be more memorable, because everyone has a speech, everybody thinks their speech is good. So I'm like, what can I do to be more memorable? I'm like, well, what about a prop? What about something that can, make me stand out more? So they'll remember when they come to vote, because honestly, in elementary school, they're just going to vote for whoever the heck they remember. So I'm like, okay, what's a good prop that I can use? Well, I've been to Disneyland recently, and I've seen these big hats. They're like really tall. They come up to like here, and they have like these big Mickey Mouse ears. I'm like, yes, it's political. It has big Mickey Mouse ears. Everybody will remember this. It'll be perfect. So I buy the hat, and I'm pondering at home, should I do this? Will they mind? Will this not be good? What are they going to think of this? I'm like, you know what? I got to make sure I'm memorable. I got to make sure I win this so I could go out the way I want to go out. So I'm like, okay, I got to wear this. I got to get up my courage. I got to do this at the ceremony. So everybody goes in. You have the secretaries, the treasurers, and then vice presidents. So the presidents go last. So you're just sitting there pondering your speech. Is this right? Is this the way I want to do it? So it's just second guessing all the time. So then finally the time for the president's speeches comes around. And of course I'm last. So even more time to ponder. So I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, I think I've done my speech is better than this one. I think it's better than this. I'm not sure. That one was pretty good. So then finally it comes around. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is the last time I have, this is my last chance, last opportunity to be a good model, a good citizen for our school. So I go up there, I start forgetting my lines for the speech, of course, because I'm so freaking nervous. So I'm just up there, and then I start forgetting everything, and I'm just like, oh, what am I going to do? But luckily, they let us have these little card things up there. So I was able to see like one of my important lines, and then I just started rolling. I went through it all the way to the end. I thought, okay, I got a pretty good speech. I think I got this. Okay, it's time for the prop. So I reach out behind the bag, pull it out, put it on, and I'm like, when voting time comes, remember to vote for me. And I point to the hat. Nailed it. Everybody loved it. Everybody remembered it. So like, okay, I think I got this. I think I have won this. So to conclude with, after that, they brought everyone back to the rooms, and they just announced it over the broadcast system. So they're like, okay, the winner for each category is this, and it goes on like that. So I finally got to president, and then they announced that I had won, and then my whole classroom just was applause, and it was a great moment, and it's one thing that I'll definitely remember for the rest of my life.